Hello guys, how are we doing? We ever got to the end of a game and wondered how on earth did we just lose that? Well, this happened exactly here. This is my game to Iridescent, in fact, and we choked the biggest lead. I managed to drop 46 kills and only die 17 times with nearly a minute on hill. So it's an absolute fry of a gameplay. So we're going to be going through how, personally, I could have done better to improve the chances of us winning the game. And if you're not here for that, feel free to stick around. Feel free to pop up mute and just watch the video. Because as I said, I go 46-17. It's a big map from me. It's a big map from me. There's a couple of really annoying Modern Warfare 2 things here that do cost us a couple of kills and potentially the win. But we'll get to that. But you're going to see exactly how we check if you stay to the end. And we do get rinsed in game check by the enemy team. So, yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So, P1's just finished. We unfortunately didn't manage to get any time there, so we're down bad a little bit here. And I'm trying to play my life bottom art. So as a sub in this role, I'm sort of playing the flex role in this gameplay, so I'm using a bit of sub, bit of AR. I'm just trying to maintain this sort of map side of the control. So pushed up a little bit further forward towards art. I can see that P1 cross through the street, and hopefully I'm relying on my sound to be able to tell if anyone chows me bottom art here. So sort of playing for this area. Unfortunately, teammates managed to fall, and I don't think I was there quick enough. I think if I managed to get there quick enough, I just wasn't really sure what was happening and what was on the map. And we managed to get broken there, which is unfortunate. We only managed to get 20 seconds off this. But hey, I just somehow get joked there. So at the end of P2, we're actually down when this finishes maybe 50 points, I'd say. So we're trying to prioritize this next hill. So this is a big money hill. If we can get, we're down by 50. If we can get full 60 on this hill, we're pretty much even coming into P4. So that's our target here. And as you can tell, I've switched up to an AR. Now the reason for that is simply because you can hold off the map easy with an AR. All the line of sights to the hills are really long, and really you only need one sub, and potentially the sub can be running around maps, or even the guys on hill was being the last resort, just chilling. So I've got a teammate pushed out on the left, hopefully watching the left-hand side. I'm trying to watch over my teammate at front, and we've got someone slaying in map sort of area. So, yeah, we're just trying what we can here. So I'm actually in a pretty nice spot. People don't often tend to expect this sort of positioning, and from there you can see over the hedge towards the front of the hill as well. So write that one down on your notepads. It's not a bad little idea. So it comes to 25 seconds here, and I'm trying to let them spawn in now, so I'm sort of pushed a little bit far forward out here, let them spawn in. They get bad spawns moving into P4, but unfortunately I don't think that happens. So instead I'm just playing for a little bit of info here. Managed to see that guy running bottom art, and think, you know what? He's bottom art, he's going to be blocking spawns, so I need to block spawns as well. So what that will do is it'll enable our team to spawn parallel to the other team across the map. So when they spawn in, teammates can get some really easy kills just looking across the map. To the right if they spawn in ring. And yeah, I'm just trying to do as much damage as I can here. So I get top rails weak, I get time weak, and I get that P2 guy weak, and unfortunately our team doesn't pick up any kills. I'll say that. There's actually some kills coming in from JM and Mercs here who are absolutely frying. And that's pretty much all of them down bar one. So we're trying to get a little bit of map control here. We're going to see a similar setup to what we had in P2. So I'm holding bottom art here. Managed to get an absolutely lovely 3-piece. Now my main objective here is to make this as easy as possible for my teammates to hold this hill. So I've pushed out to the right here, and if you see my hardpoint spawns, you're going to know that they're going to be spawning in the ring to my right or P5, and that's exactly what they do. So hopefully my teammates are blocking both the P2 spawns and the back spawns, which will enable them to pretty much have to run past me to get any kills. This is exactly what we're doing. I'm playing the role perfectly. Unfortunately, my bad there. I probably should have popped Daddy before coming out of cover instead. I jumped into cover, popped Daddy. So that's one. That's my bad. That's my bad. And it enables them to get to the hill first, and they manage to get the first couple of seconds. But I picked up an AR, and this is where I absolutely go huge. I'm playing my life really well here. I don't really want to die in this position. It's such a power position. The only place I can't see from here is bottom map doors and anvil. So as long as we've got someone P2 and controlling bottom maps, we should be good. But unfortunately, teammates die. I managed to get a couple kills, and I'm just trying to keep the hill white. And what I mean by saying that is, instead of me hopping on it and getting hill and then dying, I want it just to stay white. I want the enemy team to stay off of it as much as possible. So I'm sort of playing for this map control. I'm also very conscious that the next hill is P1, and the best spawns you can have for P1 are these spawns this side of the map. You don't want the enemy team spawning in P2 because it's really hard to get out of. I mean, that's a spoiler alert. That's how we end up losing the game towards the end of the map. we end up spawning fountain inside and we just can't get out. So we're doing a pretty good job here. Managed to get the spawns. We've got a pretty good setup here. What the hill has popped. Now this is a bit of a weird one. The hill's popped. I'm watching the right hand side. Now we've got a teammate blocking, so understandably he doesn't want to get a hill. But what we've left open here is P2. So I'm watching gate. We've got a guy bottom maps or top maps being really annoying with the sub, which is absolutely huge. Then another guy on our team ends up going top double. Now what he should have done instead, potentially it's gone top single, and then from there watch the P2 cross and watch the maps jump out. Because at the end of the day, you don't need 3 people watching this right hand side. So I think he eventually does that. And unfortunately, people just seem to be running out of bottom art here and getting to bottom maps here and getting to Alpha 3. So that's a little bit of a mistake from the team there. But hey, we're still 60 points up, so there's no excuse for losing this. And for whatever reason, on Chow bench there, I got a little bit of a sound cues for that someone was there. So I don't know why. I don't know why how there wasn't somebody there. And this, I think, is another vital mistake I make in this gameplay to enable the enemy team to get a little bit more hill time. So instead of challenging this, I should have noticed that my teammate has spawned out and I should have pushed back a lot earlier. So that's in fact what I did do, but I only reacted as a result of my teammate spawning out. So I just noticed the teammate spawned out, I turned around and there just happened to be a guy bottom art, annoyingly. In any case, teammate managed to stay alive in rails. This is important because basically what this means is that the enemy team are going to be spawning a little bit bizarrely here. So they're probably going to be spawning P1 at this point, so I'm expecting them really close here. They managed to win the gunfight. And then again, as long as we've got someone blocking, we can pretty much spawn trap them. So it gets to 30 seconds left to the hill, and I'm communicating to the team, we need to be letting them spawn in the back, because what that means is that we then get good spawns for news. So I think we give it a little bit of time here, and maybe a little bit unnecessarily, but with 20 seconds, this next hill is an absolutely huge hill to win. Can we break it? Can we get control? Let's see how this goes. So we're all spawning sort of P1 side, which is fabulous because that means the enemy team really aren't pushed up to ring. It's a bit of a mixy setup here. Perhaps I should have popped an AR on as well, ran top ring, but Harrz here manages to absolutely fry. So I think he gets a couple kills here and stays alive, which is the vital part, because what happens when he stays alive? The enemy team can't spawn there. They're forced to spawn out, which is why I sort of chill here. Instead of putting pressure onto the hill, I decide to get a couple kills off the guys who've spawn killed from spawn. And I'm in the god position, so this is disgusting as an AR. You guys are going to know if I'm here, they're going to be spawning back P2. If you have missed my spawn guide, by the way, guys, feel free to check it out. It was a couple videos ago, so you don't have to scroll too far back. And I hear a guy coming behind me, managed to get him, and this is just a disgusting hold. So there's 25 seconds left of this. I back up a little bit just to be a little bit more unpredictable. And I'm just basically telling the team to watch front. They can only really come front and maps. And unfortunately, my whiffy shots let this guy slip through, and I'm left with a pistol. And this is where they start to make the comeback. So I managed to get a guy bottom out with a pistol at range, and we got a teammate put open. I'm sort of trying to do my best here with a pistol, but I don't know what else I could have done there. If I'm honest, it was a bit of a chutney situation. I probably should have chowed first rather than my teammate play challenge first, and then he get the trade, because I got him quite weak. So if I just use myself as bait, then I don't know, maybe break that. But we're in a little bit of a mixy position here. And I get one pushing top doubles, which is a big kill because it means that it opens up the P1 spawns for us a little bit. I also get that kill, which also means you open up the spawns. And there's the third. So I'm absolutely fine here. I know they're sort of going to be spawning P2, so I'm expecting them here. And that's a 5 streak, and that's most of the enemy team down. So looking at the mini-map, they're probably going to be spawning P5. Unfortunately, a teammate does die P1. So that means they're going to be putting pressure up to the double steps or bottom art. So I'm trying to play my life a little bit here, pick up this SMG because I'm going to be hitting art. And it's always good. This is a tip I always give you guys. If you've got an AR, if you find an SMG and you get a chance to pick it up, do so. And the other way around, if you've got a sub and you've got a chance to pick up an AR, pick it up. It just means you can be a demon no matter where you are on the map. So I make a little bit of a mistake here, I think, pulling out the AR. But in my head, if we get P2 control, and that top maps and top heart, sorry, and top single, you can be a menace on the map with an AR, which is what happened last time, which is why we got quite a successful hold on this P5 last time. But yeah, unfortunately, wasn't the case. I think if I had a sub, I could have been a little bit more aggressive here. But we do spawn here anyway, so let's see how exactly we cock up here. I think tensions were getting a little bit high. I end up trying to nade the guy, Anvil. He kills me, bit frustrating. Teammates calling in streaks, which is good because it might get them off, or alleviate a little bit of pressure here. And we've still got good spawns. These in my head are still good spawns. We do not want to be blocking out there. Now, this is a frustrating bit. I reload, right? I see him. I have to back up because annoyingly in this game, you can't cancel your reload. So I end up having to back up, give him that map control, which means they're blocking P2 spawns. And unfortunately, if I had waited to reload by a second, I'd get that kill because I'm not going to be reloading at that point. And if reload cancelling was a thing, I get that kill. And this guy here wouldn't be lingering to kill me. So that is a bit of a frustrating one. But we do go 4 down. And they're on good side of the map. So we're in this absolute blender of a hill point here. They can't win off this, which is something I was a bit blinded to. I think when you're frustrated and when you're in the game and tensions are high, you are a little bit blind to the fact how long time's got left. I know we need 14 seconds left of the hill, so in my head, we just need to break this one hill and we win. That's pretty much all I should have been thinking about. That's what I was thinking about. However, if I was a little bit straight-headed, I would have said, we should have come. There should have been some communication in the team that we needed to push P2 because they can't win off P2, but they can. They can't win off this, but we can win off P2. So if we should have guaranteed P2 spawns here rather than challenge this P1. So I think myself, that's what I could have done better. So it's left a team with P2 spawns. They need 7 seconds left, and there's nothing we can do but just run at them here. So I try and dive across, get a little bit of contest time going. Try and just get as much damage output as I can while I wait for the team to back up. But unfortunately, we all lose our single gunfights and we lose the game. So I think we played that almost perfectly up till the very last point where we challenged P1. I think as an IGL, somebody in the team, maybe myself, should have spoken up and said, you know what, instead of P1, they can't win off it. Full focus P2 and just hopefully get a good enough hold on P2 so that we can, just get 14 seconds. At the end of the day, if they stayed on P1, we moved to P2 early, we would have needed 14 seconds and they'd have only needed 4 or 5. But we had the hold. If we had a good situation and we had a good setup, we could have potentially broken that. But I think the fact that half our team were going one way and half team were going the other way really screwed it up a little bit for us. But hey, that's going to be the gameplay. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I hope you learned from it, if nothing else. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. See you in the next one.